Hello, welcome back to David at Go Tubbies. Right, did you know Scunthorpe Steelworks has been taken over by the UK government? It is because the owners, as far as I'm correct in saying, that they refused to supply um, Scunthorpe Steelworks with the raw materials to keep the blast furnaces open, right? So that it is going to cause a problem. And because the plant is owned by the Chinese and the British government have intervened in emergency legislation to take over the running of the plant, it doesn't mean that the Scunthorpe Steelworks is now owned by the British. It is just run. I need to emphasise that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I understand, by what I found out, it is run by the British but owned by the Chinese. Now, I don't know about you, why is it, right, that our country allows foreign countries to take over key infrastructure companies and roads and networks within the UK? What do I mean? Well, we know about Scunthorpe Steelworks. We also know about the data processing of information from, I believe it was MI5 and MI6, going through a data processing center. I think it was called Data Switch. I know I'm digressing slightly, but the point is this, that the Chinese bought the sort of pipe work of what the data goes down. So they can, at a later date, right, decrypt that information, right? So it's just a case of waiting for these, what they're called. I can't remember the name now. Sorry, it's just eluded me. And the computers that are able to number crunch and to, what's the word I'm looking for? Unencrypt the data. But it is stupid governments that allowed the acquisition of key companies and infrastructure within the UK and allowed to be taken over by the Chinese companies and government, which are in direct control. I just feel that our government is totally and utterly incompetent. They might be good at running the country. Oh, that's a bloody joke. Well, it is, isn't it? Eh? They are absolutely no good at running the country because we are in a right state. And if we weren't in this state, we'd be running a lot better. But what I'm trying to get at is this. Why on earth have we allowed this to happen? So let's have a likely scenario. Perhaps MI5 and MI6 said no to the building of the Chinese embassy, but government overruled Tower Hamlet and allowed them to start building it, for example, right? So not only that, yeah, they, perhaps MI5 or MI6 said no, don't let them buy British Steel at Scunthorpe because that will jeopardise national security. But I don't feel that the government is working as for the British people. I feel that they're working for the Chinese, or the Chinese interests. Am I the only one to see this? What our deceitful government is doing? Is the government, our Prime Minister and the MPs in government, are they becoming a national security threat? Are they what's the word? Traitors is how I feel that the government is. They are traitors to us, because it seems like everything this British government's doing is betraying the people. Am I the only one to see it, or has other people seen this but not spoken about it? Andre Walker was talking about it last night, I think, or 2 days ago, about, Spies in number 10 and what allowed to build this Chinese embassy. It's absolutely mindless to think that we've got infiltrated in our government, spying. Sorry, perhaps I'm only. What's the word I'm saying here? How do I pronounce it? What I'm assuming, or I might feel, or I might. The way it comes across, yeah? It is not meant as a physical thing, it's just my thoughts. And that is, we have perhaps been infiltrated by Chinese spies into our government. And the way I see it is this: they are influencing our government to do things. If that's the answer, and these people are basically betraying our nation, why aren't they being taken out? Why are they not? Are they trying to see what the end goal is? Why they're not taking them out? Because I think our security services need to act sooner than later. I feel that we owe them so much for keeping us safe, but they've got to do something about this Chinese influence within our government. It just seems to me, makes logical sense to me personally, that why the government is doing so many bad things in this country. It just seems that it's almost like they're being controlled by the Chinese in making bad decisions to try and upset the apple cart in the UK and bring disharmony and distrust in the British people, because I feel that the Chinese are influencing the government. So what does that tell me? It tells me that the British government is not fit for purpose. We need a government for the country. We need a government that is going to do us, the English people, good. We don't need a government like we got. How do you feel? Do you see what's going on now? Do you feel that the same what I'm saying? Andrew Walker's pointed it out, and many others YouTubers have saying this and saying that. Andy the Gabby Cabby, he can see it, right? A lot of other people besides that. But it needs to be spoken about. It needs to be talked about to get it out in the open. So many YouTubers that watch these videos are aware of it, and then it just gets in the open, and then it doesn't become a national security threat because they have been exposed. Because the more people know about it, the less of a risk it becomes, because it shows that our government is possibly being infiltrated by Chinese, and those Chinese infiltrators are possibly controlling agendas and our government's let's just put it, what they do. All right, it just seems to me that our government is not acting in our best interests. Right, I'll leave it at that. I'd like some feedback from you, because I think I've hit the nail on the head. I'm not 100% sure, but it just seems mighty strange that these things are happening and we're trying to find out why, because you know as well as I do, what's happening is not right. And it just seems that, is it possibly the Chinese are influencing our government and we've got spies in government? I rest my case. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and please consider subscribing to the channel. That helps this type of video get out to people like you that are interested in this situation and doing something about our country. So thank you very much. See you soon. Take care.